Good morning, bicycle adventure clubbers. Hope you're all okay.
Hi bicycle adventure clubbers.
We're on a ride up into Birmingham. Nice slow one. We haven't come this way, have we, since
Since the lockdown.
there's no traffic, which is lovely. It's a Saturday morning and there's
doubling up.
we can never ride side by side on the road. So let's get around this island and I can talk to you. So there's a couple of things that have really struck me because of the lack of traffic. And one is, it's amazing how efficient it is to get around on a bicycle when you have space to do so. So just the space to be able to get out and ride is fantastic.
I'm back with you.
But then that led me on to think, well, why isn't it like this all the time? And I mean, this road is normally absolutely gridlock. There's a queue of traffic. You can use the bus lane, but normally there's obviously 3-4 buses at a time along here, and it's hard. It can be hard work. But all that space there, all that road there, that's shared space. Part of me can't help but think we shouldn't really be looking to, you know, create cycle. Yes, we need a safe space to ride, but I think we should just go out there and take it, because this is our shared space. We shouldn't be looking to create cycle lanes and shoehorn cyclists onto the infrastructure somehow. That infrastructure is already here. If we were out there in sufficient numbers, people who are driving would have to slow down. They would have to move over. A lot of people have contacted us saying, how do you find where to go, where, you know, what paths can I use? And the simple answer to that is well, you can use any of them. This is the new HS2 hub they're building. Is there an NHS one? Oh, I haven't seen it.
Hang on, I've seen you two on YouTube.
And we've got they're real life fans. We've been
I won't go that far, I said you've only seen them.
fans. We've been recognised. Are you going far or just having a total?
Well, we've just come down from Rowley, so we're not doing too bad.
Oh, that's all right, yeah.
We're not doing too bad. It's lovely at the moment. There's no better day to do it. It's beautiful.
It's lovely, it's perfect, isn't it? Yeah.
All the best, girls.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy your day.
You've met your fans. You've met your...
You'll be on it.
See you later.
That was really nice.
That's the
They
first
recognised
time.
us.
First time that's ever happened.
You feel like a superstar.
Do you feel famous, Mary?
You feel famous.
Real famous?
Yeah.
Feels totally famous.
It's great. Anyway, we're in an area of Birmingham where I was brought up in Digbeth.
Just a few years. Just a few years ago.
And we're going to take you just on a little tour where I went to school, where the Bird's Custard Factory used to be years ago. It's not this building, but that's lovely, isn't it? But yeah, we'll take you on
the arrows point to it.
Oh yes, I thought there's a bit of a clue there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll take you on a little bit of a tour
around.
around Digbeth and the custard factory.
There's no traffic. It's so
it's
lovely,
great.
and the air tastes different, doesn't it?
It's lovely. It smells nice.
It smells clean.
It's very
and
industrial
nice.
around here as well, but
It's
so clean
and
It's
quiet.
Usually machinery
Quiet.
and noise. It's a very noisy area usually.
Usually.
But it's lovely. But just have a look at that as well. That's amazing. Going back years ago, you can still see the old Ansell's sign on the side, on the back. And if anybody remembers Crossroads, if you remember Benny, he used to own it. Benny from Crossroads, yeah.
Benny from Crossroads. That was his pub. That's Mary's Digbeth trivia.
Come along this way. This is my old school.
Oh,
St Michael's.
that's where little Mary went.
This is Floodgate Street.
Yeah.
Which is the main.
And that's your old school, Mary.
That's my old school, St Michael's. There's a lot. This is the old building, obviously. But look at the windows. Look at the that circle window.
The circle,
there, so
yeah.
I mean, this was the boys' playground
And was it?
because we had separate playgrounds. So
Yeah.
this is the boys, and the other side, which I'll take you next.
Yeah.
Which was the girls' playgrounds, all separate corridors, separate stairs. But it's amazing. Oh, it's so nice to come back and have a look.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let's
it's
go around the
lovely.
other side and have a
It's
look.
lovely. Let's come round. This is St Michael's.
St Michael's School.
Yeah, this is the girls' entrance
Is it?
because the other side was the boys.
Oh, well, how
so-
old were you when you went here, Mary?
11.
When-
So it was.
and this
okay,
this is where you
not
went to
that
school
long
with.
ago.
So that was just a couple of years back,
That was just a couple of
Mary.
years ago, it's not long
Sort of
ago.
in the early 90s, really, wasn't it? Was this where you went to school with Selena?
This is with Selena.
You
yes.
went with Selena.
Yes, I've known Selena for 40 odd years. Everything seemed in black and white. Everything was black and white. And when you think back at old times.
And did you all wear the same socks?
We all wore the same. It was all grey and green. It was all the same uniform. You had to wear a tie. And
Did
this
you
is
all
where
have?
we
Did you
lined
all
up.
have the same carpet and wallpaper at home?
Yes, yeah.
And settee, all
Swirly
the same
carpets
settee. Yeah.
and lino. But yeah, this is it, and it just brings so much memories back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's great. It's
How does it
lovely.
make you feel?
I'm not going to say. It makes me feel nice. I like to
Oh.
reminisce. I like to think back at the old days. Yeah, the old times.
Were they
It's
better than
lovely.
the new days?
You know what? In some cases they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some cases, but yeah, we used to line up here, and the playground was just here.
Did you
Where
use-
the new building is here. Obviously, it used to go these green railings.
Did
was
you
all the way
did you
along.
used to peep through them railings?
Yeah. Coming out to play.
What time do you finish school?
Oh, we finish at 3 or 3:30. I can't remember. But look at the old. Look at this. It's just amazing. Isn't it?
isn't it? Mary, somebody asked on Facebook about what sort of bikes we ride. So, do you want to tell us about your bike?
Oh, okay. This is the Old Faithful. This is Sarah's bike that she's had for many, many years.
20 years, actually.
20 years.
Yeah, over 20 years. It's a 1998 Kona Fire Mountain.
Fire Mountain, yeah.
I'll tell you what's original on it. Original forks, original frame. That's it.
Really?
That's it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that's
so
it.
The frame's original.
Although
how she built one.
this, I'm going to say this rack, when I went off and took my bike down the Pacific Coast Highway, I went into St John's Street Cycles down in Bridgewater, and I just wheeled my bike in and said, I'm going off travelling, I don't know what I need. They had the bike off me in the workshop, and this is the rack that they put on, and it was only a cheap alloy rack, and he bent all these stays for me and put it on for me, and it is still going strong all these years later, and it has carried so much stuff. It's
great,
unbelievable.
yeah.
But the wheels are had those built at Spa Cycles, and they've lasted a long time. They're fantastic, they are. Tell us about it, Mary. What do you think? What is it like?
Not being an expert on the mechanical side of bikes, which I'm not. I'm you know, I don't profess to be any kind of
What would you say was the most important bit for you on the bike then?
gears. The most important is the gears.
Why?
I like to know what I'm doing with the gears. I like to, as I'm a novice, although I do love cycling, but I like to see what I'm doing with the gears. I like this kind of gearage.
You like a little indicator to show what gear you're in.
what gear I'm in, yeah.
What are the other best bits for you?
Saddle, which is
What saddle have you got?
I've got a Brooks leather saddle, which is really comfortable.
Is it super comfy?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's probably the best saddle that I've rode on. Yeah.
Really?
Grips. You know what? It's not a point for me really.
You're not.
No,
you just,
as long as I know that I'm comfortable.
would you say
really,
that the fact that you don't notice them then means that they must be comfortable
yeah,
for you?
Yeah, I don't notice any pain or a mirror. Definitely a side mirror. That's really important,
Yeah.
especially with the road cycling.
Yeah.
Definitely. And yeah, off-road, probably the most important thing for me, and on canals, is the bell. Not that anybody hears it, but you know, it just indicates that, you know, please move out the way because we're coming right
Yeah.
up behind you.
Well done.
But that's it really. It's a nice ride. I
You-
enjoy it.
it's your old faithful.
Yeah, it's lovely. So this is the original Birds Factory complex here. It's become a car park now, but years ago, this is where you could smell the custard.
Was
being
it like
made.
Willy Wonka? Did all the custard smoke come out of that chimney up there?
Pretty much it did actually, yeah. Because I was brought up on that side of the road, which we're going to go and see in a little while.
Okay.
But this is the custard factory. In fact, in this next building along, you'll get the guy's name, Alfred Custard.
Bird. Alfred Custard.
Alfred Bird.
Alfred Bird.
Who made the custard?
Mr. Custard. Was it his factory?
Sarah.
Alfred Bird and Sons, or as Mary said, that's Alfred Custard and his bird factory.
Isn't it?
Yeah. What's all this about then, Mary?
This pub is the oldest pub in the country, I think. If you have a look in history books, Sarah.
In the history book.
Yeah.
Which
This
history
is
book?
the history book of pubs.
What's the
Old
date?
Crown, 1358. So it is old.
Is that when you were at school?
No. No, but it's a lovely pub actually. It really is a nice pub. And it's supposed to be haunted.
What do you think? Is that just because it's old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people have seen like women
Staggering. Staggering women
in 90s
in 90s.
across like the floors,
Floating.
floating across the floors. Yeah, it's probably something to do with the gin. But anyway, let's go to the custard factory.
past
die down.
bloody traffic. Let the traffic die down a bit.
We're still in Digbeth,
Yeah.
and we're heading towards St Anne's Church, which is just up the way here, where my mum and dad got married.
Oh, did your mum and dad got married there?
Yeah, right here.
Oh.
And we used to live just round the corner, which I'll
So,
show you in a while.
That's the church.
That's the church which we're
Yeah.
going to go to now.
Let's go and check it out, Mary.
Yeah, there's a pub on the corner, you'll see.
There's always a pub on the
There's always
corner.
a pub on the corner, yeah.
Where are we?
So we're at St Anne's Church in Digbeth, and where I think it was myself and 3 other brothers, Danny and Mick, Danny and John, made our first Holy Communion. And we always used to play on this little car park just next door. We used to play here after services, and as little kids we used to be given a little bit of money. I think it might have been a penny to put in the plate. We used to call it the plate. And Danny didn't put his in, and instead he went to bury it. It was snowing. I remember it really well. It was snowing and he buried it up there in the corner. And then when we went home, he said, come on, should we all go out to play and play snowball? So we did. And this is where we used to play pretty much, just here. And lo and behold, Danny went straight over there where he buried the money. And we was gathering some snow.
And he found it.
Money. And he was that excited, but he already put it there.
So naughty.
So naughty.
How much was it, Mary?
And it was about a penny, but there was a little sweet shop just here. So we just piled in and bought some sweets with it. But I think my mum and dad knew what he'd done.
Did they?
So naughty.
They knew.
So around the back here was some buildings. And as kids, we all used to play around here. And John, my older brother, got on top of the roof. And somebody was coming, so he jumped off and jumped straight on top of me. And I broke my leg. And I was in plaster for months and months and months.
How old were you?
6-ish. I remember it.
Naughty John. You wouldn't do that now, would you?
Everything seems so small now.
I think the buildings around it have just got bigger, Mary, that's all.
It's a
Haven't
lovely
they?
church, though. It's a
Yeah.
lovely church.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll show you where. Now we're going to go just to the right of us, and
Okay.
I'll show you where our house used to be.
Okay.
This used to be the Tip Top factory right here.
And what do they make now, Mary?
And they're making saunas now. They make saunas. But we used to climb.
Just
under
explain
the-
for people what a tip top is.
Oh, a Tip Top is just a long ice lolly, and you freeze it.
Okay.
Basically, but this used to be the Tip Top factory.
Okay.
We used to sneak under the railings and sneak in,
Yeah.
but the chaps would give us a box of
To freeze
Tip
at
Tops.
home.
Yeah,
How
we
about
never had a
that?
freezer.
No.
No,
No.
we never had a freezer, but
Okay.
you used to give us some Tip Tops.
Yeah. So just explain what was here, Mary.
This road here has changed a lot. Here used to be our house, and we was the only house on the road.
What else was there on the road?
Next to us was a fish and chip shop,
Yeah.
and then next to that was a little sweetie shop.
Mhm.
On here as well, on the corner, was a little paper shop and a little sweet shop.
Mhm.
The pub, and there used to be a pub just on the corner, just at the end of where these plastic bollards are.
Yeah.
Another pub, and it's gone. So it's really changed.
And where was the abattoir?
The abattoir was right in where the markets are now, the Birmingham market. And they brought all the cows down our road.
From the top up there.
From the top, yeah.
And all the cows used
And
to come down here.
And I remember it really well. I remember that really well. And I was only a little dot. I remember all the cows and going to slaughter, which I didn't realise where they were going, but I just remember them going
Wow.
down to the abattoir. This brings back so much memories. But yeah, we was the only house right there.
What's in the bag?
Money,
Yeah.
hand sanitisers, an
Dirty
apple,
tissue.
no clean tissue, keys, and a couple of snacks in there,
And tools.
and tools. nice
enjoyed
to
it.
reminisce. And
Reminisce and have a look.
this is the park where my older brother John rolled down the hill.
This is the same John that jumped off the
Jumped
wall and
off
broke your leg.
Yeah.
John?
Rolled down the hill, slashed his leg open with a broken bottle.
Oh,
And the piece of glass must have been like that.
Really?
Stuck in his leg.
he's very lucky.
Very lucky.
Very lucky. You're very lucky, John.
On the fish and chip shop next door to us, some kids got me with a brick, smashed me in the face.
Really?
Smashed me in the face with it.
Where?
And I got a scar here with a brick, a house brick.
They got you?
They got me. And then John was in the paper. He was only a kid, and he drank a bottle of bleach.
Why?
I don't know.
He was in the
Obviously,
paper.
for drinking a bottle of bleach. I remember that. And I was only a kid.
Bloody hell, John. How am you still here? No, that was there.
Oh, I didn't know.
Statue of Nelson in the middle of Birmingham. It's normally so packed with people here that
You don't notice. There's things that you don't notice.
you just would never have seen. Wow. We never get to do this. You know, there's normally like 3 and 4 deep. You can never get near him to have a picture took.
Picture with him.
Oh, that's the way to travel. Look at that. It's the floozy and the jacuzzi.
We're still in Birmingham city centre,
Yeah.
and this is where I used to work years and years ago.
Yeah.
Started working there when I was 15.
How did you get the job?
You know what? I can't remember. I got a Saturday job first.
What did you do? What were you doing? What was your
I was in the
work?
fashion industry selling. I first of all started selling shoes, but they were platforms. I remember my first platforms, really beige and brown. They was about that high. I thought I was the bee's knees. And then I started selling jeans and just fashion items, Levi's.
So where
if
are
anybody
we?
remembers, we're at the Oasis indoor department store. But it's massive. You can only see this little bit here, but it's massive. It's like 5 or 6 floors, but it goes underneath ground. There's little alleyways you go down. I can't explain really how it was, but it's an amazing place to work when you're 15, 16, 17.
How long do you work there
I
for?
worked there for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Just a little, and I started with a little Saturday job, and then ended up working there for years and years. Yeah, I met a lot of friends that I'm still in touch with now. Yeah, it was an amazing place to work. It was brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah, really good, really sociable. I loved it, and that's it. Amazing place.
We're just coming up to the old law court. And the outside the building is spectacular, but inside is phenomenal. There's the new courts over there, but look at this for a building. Birmingham Magistrates Court, lovely. Floozy in the jacuzzi number 2. It's not as nice, this jacuzzi though, is it?
No.
So that's it.
That was
We're pretty much back where we started, aren't we?
Yeah.
This is the this is the very top of Corporation Street. So changed. I bet it's changed, hasn't it?
Over the years, my gosh, yeah, it has. But it's been lovely to have a little tootle around today. Yeah, hope you
Obviously, it's not the same as perhaps going and seeing where maybe Angelina Jolie was brought up. But her was brought up in Birmingham. It were half as interesting.
No.
It was all booze and celebrity parents. You don't want that. You want this. You want gritty, grimy, real, proper life.
Natural.
Where people used to live, really live. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it.
We met a couple of people.
Deb and Norm.
Deb and Norm.
Deb
yeah.
and Norm from YouTube. They knew
Yeah.
us from YouTube. We were pleased. That's made
pleased.
your day, that
That's
hasn't
made
it?
my day, yeah.
Feel a bit
it's great.
famous, don't you, Mary? It's been nice.
And it's been lovely, so yeah, it's good. It's good.
Enjoyed
and I've
it?
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed that little tootle.
Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lovely sunny day, so ever so warm. Thank you ever so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your time. Hopefully it won't be too
Stay safe.
Stay safe, ride safe. Hopefully it won't be too long till the restrictions are lifted and we can get a little bit further afield. But I'll be honest, I'm really enjoying staying local and doing this.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, yeah. Little tootle's about. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, enjoy your day.
See you later.
And stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.